The visiting Lady Cats of Gouverneur, coached by Mr. Al Douglas. Number 12 is Don Courier. Number 13, Becky House. 15, Laura Steele. 25, Teresa Bush. And 32, Julie Fuller. Massena is going to have to contain Don Courier and Teresa Bush if they want to pull out a victory here tonight. And the starting five they'll attempt to do that, coached by Mary Arcady, is number 10, Dory McGrath. 33, Megan O'Connell. 45 is Danny Tripany. 53, Kelly Francis. And number 54 is Trinity Moreau. Your officials for tonight's game are Mr. John Cardoza and Mr. Dick Bennett. Gouverneur controls the tap and immediately commits a backcourt violation. Massena will take over on the sideline in front of their bench. McGrath at the top of the key. Gouverneur in a 2-3 zone. Shot up. Rebound that tried to get control was Danny Tripany, but she lost it out of bounds. Turnover to Gouverneur. Don Courier over to Teresa Bush. She'll handle the point guard duties tonight. Fuller penetrates on the baseline, dumps it inside the House. House loses it over to Danny Tripany. She couldn't control the pass. Massena picks up the turnover. McGrath penetrates the lane, stops, dumps off to Francis. Francis a little hard off the backboard. Tripany off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Courier. Here's Bush. Down to Fuller. He's going to try a three-pointer. It's off. Rebounded by McGrath. We're going to have a foul called on Laura Steele for Gouverneur with a push. We're 52 seconds into this first quarter. Your score is 0-0. Massena to inbound up to Danny Tripany. O'Connell out front. That's McGrath with the ball. Drives, dishes down to the baseline. Francis up and off the glass for two. Kelly Francis takes a nice pass by Dory McGrath and lays it in for Massena's first and the only 2 points scored in this game so far. There's a shot, rolls off the rim by Fuller, controlled by O'Connell. It's a one. Take that back, Gouverneur. It looks like they're in a 3-2 zone now. Shots off. Courier loses it to Francis, but rejects it. We're going to have a jump ball called. Held ball situation. With the alternating possession arrow, be Massena's ball underneath their own basket. Tripany out front to O'Connell. Down to Trinity Moreau on the baseline. That rolls off. Rebounded by Francis. Up and in. Kelly Francis with the first 4 points of the game for Massena. House off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Massena. Dory McGrath. Well, she walked. She didn't have the numbers going down there on the floor. She should have just stopped and pulled it out, but she attempted to drive in and consequently found herself being guarded by 3 Gouverneur players and committed a traveling violation. House rolls one off. Rebounded. The rebound came to Laura Steele, who dished it back to Becky House for 2 points. Here's McGrath being guarded by Teresa Bush. Shot off the front of the rim. Last touched by Gouverneur, and it'll be white ball. 5:19 left to go in the first quarter. 4-2, Massena's leading Gouverneur. Pass to Francis underneath the basket. Nice little play there from Massena. Nets them 2 points in the 6-2 lead. We got a foul called on, believe that was on Megan O'Connell. Gouverneur would take the ball out underneath their own basket. Fuller back to Courier, trying to get her involved in the offense. And we got a foul coming up on Dory McGrath before the shot. So Gouverneur would take the ball out underneath the basket. This time Laura Steele take the ball out, trying to get Courier involved in this offense. House's pass for Fuller goes out of play. Courier last Tuesday night against St. Lawrence in a 66-16 victory, had 19 points. So Massena knows they got to control her. Massena had Malone on Tuesday night. We got a foul called on Julie Fuller with a hold. It'll be Massena's ball underneath the basket. Massena traveled to Malone on Tuesday night and dropped the league game. Here's Tripney with a rebound and in for two. They traveled up to Malone, only to lose 60-54. Missy West for Malone was the leading scorer in that game with 26 points, which handed Massena their first loss in league play. Oh, House rejected by Danny Tripney. Up to no travel on that play. She never had control. Shot by McGrath is off. All right, we got a foul call coming up. Looks like they're going to get Megan O'Connell with that foul. Substitute coming into the game, Amy Dona for Massena, and Megan O'Connell will take a seat. She's got 2 personal fouls. Here's Courier. Down to Fuller. Fuller spins and drives the baseline, and she's fouled by Trinity Moreau. We'll send Julie Fuller to the charity stripe. The Gouverneur Lady Wildcats are 2-0 in league play. As I mentioned, Massena 0-1. Fast break down to Dory McGrath. Oh, didn't get the roll off the rim on that one. Here's Fuller driving. She stops, she turns in the lane, and she got fouled. They're going to get, I believe, Trinity Moreau on that one, too. Yep, she picks up her second personal. Substitute coming in the game for Massena is number 22, Trish Collins. Eight to 3 is your score with 3:37 left to go. We got a substitute coming in for Gouverneur. That's number 21, Sandra McIntosh in the game. She nails both at the free throw line. Massena inbounds the ball in their backcourt. Francis, nope. They're going to wave that one off because Erica Ludden traveled in the lane. Massena definitely had the numbers on that fast break. This is Courier driving, and we're going to have a blocking call on Kelly Francis. She picks up her first personal foul. Tipped away by Dory McGrath. We're going to have a foul called on Julie Fuller. She didn't beat Dory McGrath to the spot, and she's going to get charged with the blocking foul. Substitute coming into the game for Gouverneur is number 20, Beth Williamson. Jump ball. It's Gouverneur's ball on the alternating possession. Fuller recovers a loose ball, kicks it out to Courier. Back to Fuller into the corner. We're going to have a holding foul. Well, they got the foul, I believe, was called on Don Courier with an illegal pick. McGrath trying to hit Francis. She gets the ball. She misses Erica Ludden cutting to the basket. Dona out front to run the point. Dribbles, lost it right to Francis with a nice little hook. Gouverneur definitely has to try to get Don Courier into the scoring column here. Long shot by Julie Fuller. Dona looking up court. It's got McGrath. McGrath penetrates the lane, drops out to Francis. Francis has it knocked away. Julie Fuller over to House. House with a shot off the rim. Jump ball. Danny Tripany reports back into the game. And number 11 for Gouverneur, Taylor Smith, checks into the game rather for Gouverneur. Massena sets up their offense. McGrath penetrates, dumps it down into Tripany, out to Dona. Dona from the three-point line is off. Tripany's right there for an easy little steal. There's a shot by Sandra McIntosh. 12-6 with 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. McGrath has knocked away, but we're going to have a jump ball called. And it goes to Gouverneur. Susie Tripany checks into the game for the Massena Red Raiders. Sister of Danny Tripany. There's Don Courier with it, being guarded by Trish Collins. Dumped inside, but we get a foul called as they tried to hit Sandra McIntosh in the lane. They're going to give that foul to Dory McGrath. Dory has 2 here in the first quarter. Which puts Gouverneur in the bonus with 1:19 in the first quarter remaining. Second shot's off the back of the rim. In the game for Massena is 25. That's Kim Gollinger. She comes in and commits a quick personal foul. Gouverneur is going to be shooting 1-and-1s for the rest of the half. Massena just can't seem to find a grip on the ball. This is Taylor Smith at the line, shooting a 1-on-1. Rebounded by Danny Tripany. Amy Dona running the point, calling out the play. That's Susie Tripany down there on the left block. There's Danny Tripany picking the ball up. Danny Tripany picked up the loose ball, dumped it in for two. Beth Williamson with a shot. This is off the rim, rebounded by Massena. Danny Tripany at the free throw line, pushes it back out. They find Gollinger on the baseline. She hits it off the rim. It's picked up by Beth Williamson. She gives it up to Fuller. We're going to have a block called on Amy Dona, which will send Julie Fuller to the line to shoot two. I take that back. That's Teresa Bush. I'm sorry, number 25, Teresa Bush will go to the line as Julie Fuller checks in now into the game. My apologies. She hits nothing but net on the front end of the two shots. That one was in and out. Here she is right back there for two, but no, it's a little long. We're going to have a foul called on Teresa Bush. She picks up her first personal. Team's fifth foul. So Massena will have to take the ball out on the side. Stolen away by Teresa Bush. There's Fuller. Fuller tries to hit Smith with a pass, but stolen away by Massena. Gollinger way up the floor. Looks inside to Susie Tripany at the buzzer, and it won't go. Well, we've played one quarter here at Massena Central. And your score is Massena 14, Gouverneur 8.
Portions of this program is sponsored in part by Michelex Plastics of Massena.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second quarter of tonight's NAC girls basketball matchup between the Lady Raiders and the Lady Cats of Gouverneur. Massena holding a 14-8 lead as we start the second quarter. Kelly Francis has it knocked away. Off the rim, gets her own rebound, puts it right back up, and off. Here's Bush on the break. They're just going to let her score. No, they can't afford to give up a foul now as they've already put Gouverneur in the bonus in the first quarter. This is Dory McGrath. Pass intended for Megan O'Connell. Picked up by Teresa Bush for Gouverneur. Julie Fuller from the corner. Three. No. Rebounded by Becky House. She got stopped by the rim. Save attempted by Dory McGrath, but she stepped on the line and she's out of bounds. There's Fuller. It's a little long on that one. She hit the back of the rim. Steal to Courier. Courier penetrates, and we're going to have a foul called on Megan O'Connell, which is her third personal. She's going to have to take a seat as Trish Collins reports back in. Tonight's game being brought to you by Hanet Kahaga Fuels, by Econo Fuels, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the Wolf Clan Truck Stop. They're going to have Kelly Francis on the line on that one, which will give it right back to Gouverneur. That's Courier. She drives and hits nothing but net. Right over top of Danny Tripany. Gouverneur down by a point, 14-13. 6:35 left to go here in the second quarter. There's a pass into Tripany right over top of everybody. She's being guarded by Laura Steele. They could do that all game. Just keep dumping that right into her. Fuller will nail a jump shot to keep them within one. Gollinger over to McGrath. Over to Collins. Collins will try a shot. It's off. Rebounded by Fuller. Fuller up ahead to Bush. Bush over to Courier. Courier is going to try a three-pointer, and she nails it. 18-16. Gouverneur goes on top for the first time at the 5:42 mark of the second quarter. That had to be at least 21 feet out. Shot and a miss, and they're going to get Danny Tripany with over the back. Well, they're going to take the long walk down and shoot some free throws. Massena hurt themselves by putting Gouverneur in the bonus early in the first quarter. We got a violation on Becky House. She's in the lane too early. When you're the free throw shooter, you have to wait till the ball hits the rim before you can enter the lane. She didn't, so that's a turnover, a violation. There's McGrath penetrating. Drops it back to Danny Tripany. She gets her own rebound, puts it up again. Kelly Francis right there, scrambling for it. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Gouverneur ball. Here's a foul called on Fuller. She picks up her third personal. One more foul on Gouverneur. Massena will be in the bonus. Gouverneur Dean up man-to-man. Tipped out by Gouverneur. It'll be Massena ball. Francis to inbound the ball from Massena. Finds McGrath down on the baseline. Beth Williamson finds herself the recipient of an errant pass. Now Courier will attempt to drive on Massena's defense. There's Bush from three-point. She nails the three-pointer. 21-16. Massena down by 5 with 4:24 left to go here in the second quarter. Nobody's getting out there on those three-point shots. There's Francis with a turnaround jumper. McGrath will pick up the rebound. Trish Collins back to McGrath. Got to look inside. They got Kim Gollinger, but she's in a She got a pass away. I don't know how she got that away. She found Kelly Francis. And Kelly Francis banked it off the glass for 2. Amy Dona checks back into the game for the Massena Red Raiders. Beth Williamson controlling the ball in the front court. Another 3-pointer by Don Courier. Amy Dona, nice pass, but she gets it knocked away. Smile on Don Courier's face on that one. It was a nice play by Don Courier to knock that ball out of play, knock that shot down, not commit the foul. Pass attempted for Tripany. We're going to have a jump ball called. Governor's ball on the alternating possession. Don Courier fights over a pick, drives into the lane, has it partially blocked by Danny Tripany. McGrath penetrates, touches it, passes out to Trish Collins. There's Danny Tripany on the recipient of a pass, and Massena loses it out of bounds as Kelly Francis tips that rebound out. Teresa Bush being guarded by Amy Dona. Teresa Bush and Don Courier each recording a 3-pointer here in the second quarter. Little hard off the glass for Sandra McIntosh. Massena with the rebound. Collins flashing into the middle. Kicks it back out to McGrath. Inside to Tripany, over to Dona. Dona with a shot. And they worked the ball nicely, and Dona with a nice little jump shot there. Massena down by 3 on that turnaround jumper in the lane. Massena slow getting back on offense. We're at the 2-minute mark here of the second quarter. 23-20 is your score, with Gouverneur leading Massena. Williamson. Not there, picked up by Collins. Up to McGrath. She doesn't have the numbers with her, but she's going to try it anyways, and she's going to get fouled by Taylor Smith. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Tonight's girls basketball game being brought to you by Burns Truck Stop number 9. Dick's Outboard Motor Shop by Michelex Plastics. And by C&M Ford. Dory McGrath at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Susie Tripany checks into the game. Erica Ludden checks in for Massena. 23-21. Teresa Bush bringing the ball up court for Gouverneur. Long pass, they try to hit Courier, but it's picked up by Collins. Collins has got Dona. She got it knocked away again. Coach Arcadia wants a foul called on that one. Pass just a bit too far in front of Erica Ludden. Long pass by Courier down to Bush. Bush for 3. She nails another one. 26-21. Teresa Bush with 2 3-pointers here in the second quarter. Pass just a bit too hard for Erica Ludden from Amy Dona. Ball knocked away. Here's Bush to inbound it. Courier down in the corner, being guarded by Collins. Pass was off and the shot was off and the save by Williamson, but she was out of bounds. Teresa Bush with 13 points for Gouverneur with 2 3-pointers. She's got the high hand here in the second quarter. There's McGrath for 3. It's off. She gets her own rebound. She's got Susie Tripany. We're going to have another jump ball called as the held ball situation by Don Courier. She's just been trouble for Massena down in the paint. Trinity Moreau checks back in, and Trish Collins will take a seat. There's Moreau. She has that one knocked away, but they're going to get her on that one. That'll send Trinity Moreau to line to shoot 2. That's 2 personals on Don Courier. Laura Steele checks in. Don Courier is going to take a seat because we got 32 seconds left in the second quarter with a 26-21 score. Gouverneur on top. And Trinity Moreau at the free throw line. Rolls the first one in. Gets a kind roll there. Massena cuts the lead to 3, 26-23. Steele back out to Smith, over to McIntosh. But Beth Williamson picks up the loose ball and sticks it in for 2 points. Moreau with a shot. That's short. Ball loose on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball. Gouverneur's ball with 7 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The 3-pointers have hurt Massena. While they were on top, Courier hit a 3-pointer. Here's a 3-pointer by Bush. And we got a foul called on Massena, which will send Teresa Bush to the line to shoot 3 as the shot was taken beyond the 3-point arc. Dory McGrath picks up the foul, which I believe is her 3rd personal. So she's going to have to take a seat. But we have 2 seconds left to go. Teresa Bush for 3. Nine 23. Gouverneur. 30-23. Gouverneur with 2 seconds. Dona with a long throw. And the horn goes to end the first half. Your score at the end of 16 minutes is Gouverneur 30, Massena 23. You're watching NAC Girls Section 10 basketball on WEPT Cable Channel 36.
This game is being brought to you by the C&M Ford team of professionals who believe that the teams of today inspire the spirit of teamwork in the workforce of tomorrow. Support all of our children's teams, minor and high school. Remember, they are our future. C&M Ford is located at 216 East Dover Street in Massena.
Welcome back to second half action of Girls NAC Section 10 basketball, featuring the Massena Lady Raiders and the visiting Gouverneur Lady Cats. As we start the third quarter, we find Gouverneur 30, Massena 23. Kelly Francis inside, takes the pass from Gollinger, dumps it to Dona. Dona right through the legs of Danny Tripany. As it goes out of bounds. Gouverneur. Don Courier pushing the ball up the floor. To Bush. Julie Fuller. Back to Courier. Courier traveled in the lane. Massena takes over on the turnover. Dona penetrates, kicks it back to Moreau. Moreau with a shot. It's off the backboard. They got Teresa Bush all alone on the break. Been out. Rebounded by Steele. That's off and rebounded by Danny Tripany. Pass up to Francis. Francis down to Gollinger. Gollinger off the glass and not in. Gets her own rebound. This time she banks it in for 2 points. 30-25. Fuller. That's off. It's rebounded by Dona. Gollinger has it swiped away by Teresa Bush. Massena ball. Some first half statistics. Doreen McGrath and Megan O'Connell each with 3 personal fouls. The only ones in foul trouble. Kelly Francis led all scorers with 10 points, as you see it put back there by Danny Tripany. And Danny Tripany had 8 points in the first half, with Dory McGrath picking up a point. Trinity Moreau and Amy Dona each picking up 2 points apiece. Teresa Bush for Gouverneur led all scorers for the Gouverneur team with 15 points. There's a foul, which just sent Kelly Francis to the line. Don Courier with 6 points, which included a 3-pointer. Also with Teresa Bush, I believe she had 2 3-pointers of her 15 points. Don Courier with 6 points, 3 on a 3-pointer. Becky House had a bucket. Julie Fuller had a bucket, and Beth Williamson had a bucket. No one really in foul trouble for Gouverneur, other than Julie Fuller, who's just picked up her 4th personal here. She had 3 in the first half. She just picked up her 4th. She's on the bench. It's a foul by Kim Gollinger in the backcourt. We got a substitution coming in for Massena. Megan O'Connell. Passed. Becky House passed it right to Kim Gollinger. She gives it up to Dona, who has it swiped away by Don Courier. Kelly Francis tries to give it back to O'Connell, but it's stolen away there by Beth Williamson. She gives it to Don Courier. Ball stolen away there by Trinity Moreau as Don Courier attempted to get it to Laura Steele, I believe. Here's Amy Dona running the point. We got a walking violation called on Amy Dona. She missed a cutter in the middle. You've seen it picking up on a man-to-man defense here. Becky House looking for a foul call. They're going to get the ball back on the turnover by Massena. Here's Teresa Bush. Oh, she's got Becky House who kicks out to Beth Williamson. We're going to foul coming up on Dawn Courier. Probably on a clear out. Dawn Courier picks up her third personal. She probably got called on a clear out on the shot. Gouverneur picking up full court here. Teresa Bush on Amy Dona. Pass into Francis, turnaround jumper in the lane and rolls one in. Massena regains the lead at 31-30 with 4:25 left to go in the third quarter. Steal in the lane. We're going to have a jump ball called. Really didn't have anybody to pass to. Checking into the game for the Gouverneur Wildcats, Sandra McIntosh, as Laura Steele will take a seat. Here's Williamson inside the House. House hits a little turnaround jumper in the lane for a bucket, which pushes Gouverneur back on top, 32-31. O'Connell's going to try a three-pointer off the backboard. Massena picking up man-to-man. Teresa Bush. She's got the hot three-point hand in this game. Here's the ball stolen away by O'Connell. Over to Gollinger. Rebounded by O'Connell. She goes straight up and she gets fouled. And she'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Megan O'Connell on the free throw line. Tonight's action is being brought to you by Hanekahaga Fuels, by Econo Fuels, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're tied. We're knotted at 32. 3:38 left to go in the third quarter. Jump ball will be Massena's ball on the alternating possession with a chance to go up on top here. Amy Dona. Inbounds to Trinity Moreau. It's a jumper from the corner. Teresa Bush with a spin move around Amy Dona. Dumps it down in for Sandra McIntosh, who didn't cut. And we got a timeout on the floor. With 3:23 left to go in the third quarter, it's Massena 34, Gouverneur 32. We'll be right back.
Hanekahaga, located on Route 37, is your last chance for gas. We also offer a complete convenience store with snacks and cold beverages. Don't forget to check out our amazing prices on American and Canadian cigarettes and great prices on all our gas. Hanekahaga is located just past the Twin Bridges on Route 37, your last stop for gas and cigarettes on the reservation in Hogansburg.
Massena inbounding the ball here. On top by 2 points. Dona driving on Bush. Spins. Penetrates the lane, kicks it out to Trish Collins, who just checked in the game for Massena. Danny Tripany in the game. Tries to stick back, but it goes off the rim. I guess Sandra McIntosh forgot she could dribble on that. Ball thrown away by Gouverneur. Gollinger with I take that back. Trinity Moreau with a shot. Tipped off Massena. Gouverneur ball. Nice little defensive play by Amy Dona to double team Teresa Bush as soon as she got the ball on that drive up the floor. Now we're going to have a foul called here. Foul is called on Massena's Amy Dona. Kelly Francis checks into the game as Megan O'Connell will take a seat. McIntosh in the lane. We're going to have a traveling violation called. Massena clears out for Amy Dona to take Teresa Bush on one-on-one. Ball bouncing around like a ping pong ball here. Here's Collins with a shot. Tipped out by Governor's Sandra McIntosh. Becky House back into the game. Sandra McIntosh will take a seat for Gouverneur. Danny Tripney will drive. Rebounded by Trini Moreau. Dona drives into the lane. Francis up and over the rim. Oh, Trini Moreau in and out. And we're going to have a foul called, which will send Danny Tripney to the free throw line. That's on Dawn Courier. She picks up her fourth personal foul. Massena's pretty much done what they would have to do to beat Gouverneur. They've held Dawn Courier to 6 points. And all 6 of those points coming in the second quarter, I believe. She takes a seat with 4 personals. They're going to save her for the fourth quarter. Massena up by 3, 35-32 with 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. Smith loses control of the ball. Out front to Bush. Bush is over on this side to we got a walking violation called as Beth Williams' shot kind of went missed everything. Amy Dona in the lane. Nice little pass. Nice little give and go play there. Amy Dona lays up the glass and in. Megan O'Connell will come in and Danny Tripney will take a seat. Williamson over to Smith. Smith tries to pass into House, but it's picked off by Megan O'Connell. Stolen back by House. Nice pass into Becky House. Standing there all alone. Nice little dump into the paint. She had a nice little turnaround 3-footer there. 37-34. 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Amy Dona fakes. Now she goes up. Then she gets fouled. Teresa Bush picks up her third personal, which will send Amy Dona to the line. Susie Tripney to check into the game. Tonight's game being sponsored by the Wolf Clan Truck Stop, by Burns Truck Stop number 9, and by Dick's Outboard Motor Shop. by Michelex Plastics and by C&M Ford. Amy Dona connects on the front end of the two shots. She hits on both of them, 39-34. Three-pointer from Williamson. Collins up to Dona. Steele gets back. Knocks the ball away. Saved nicely by Collins. Collins fakes, shoots. Off the rim, rebounded by O'Connell. She just throws it up. We're going to have Trish Collins. Or must be she was out of bounds. There's 1 second left to go here in the third quarter. No foul on that play. She was out of bounds. And that ends the third quarter of play with your score, Massena 39, Gouverneur 34. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after these brief messages.
Attention, attention, Burns Truck Stop number 9 is your one-stop place for tax-free gas, American and Canadian cigarettes, all your convenience store needs. So stop into Burns Truck Stop number 9 on Route 37 in Hogansburg for the 24-hour service you deserve.
We're back for fourth quarter action with Massena leading 39-34. Massena in a 1-2-2 zone. Pass inside, but it's tipped away on House. There's a pass up to Gollinger. Jump ball. Well, before we, with 1 second left to go there in the third quarter, the foul was given to Trish Collins. There's a shot that's long. Dory McGrath in the game. Here's a three-pointer. That's off. Danny Trippeney with a rebound. Amy Dona's going to get connected on 1 or 2. Not yet. We're back. While we're away, Amy Dona connected on 1 or 2 from the free throw line to make it 40-34. With 6:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ball loose on the floor. Gouverneur ball via the alternating possession arrow. Pass over the head of Williamson. She saves it right to Dory McGrath. Puts a nice little move on her and gets an easy layup. Dump pass into House. House over to Steele. We're going to foul on Fuller for clearing out, I believe. That's her 5th personal, so she'll take a seat. Massena will go down and shoot a 1-and-1. As Sandra McIntosh comes into the game. That's Julie Fuller's 5th personal, so they have 30 seconds to replace her. So each team's going to take a brief timeout. And that'll give me time to go back and tell you who's sponsoring tonight's action. Hanekahaga Fuels, Econo Fuels, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Wolf Clan Truck Stop, Burns Truck Stop number 9, Dick's Outboard Motor Shop, Michelex Plastics, and C&M Ford, all sponsoring tonight's NAC Section 10 girls basketball action. Don Courier checks into the game. Kelly Francis snaps the net with that one. 43-34. Massena builds a 9-point lead. A rule change in girls high school basketball this year, which the rules that are used in the Section 10 are similar to those used by NCAA girls, or I should say NCAA women's basketball, is the stoppage of the clock in the final minute after each goal in the final minute of second and the fourth quarters, I believe. Pass to Williamson. We heard him screaming at her as she... There's a timeout on the floor. Gouverneur will take a timeout and we'll step aside. You're watching this on WEPT.
I was driving down Route 37 in Hogansburg trying to find someplace to eat that is not your everyday dull food. I came to the Wolf Clan truck stop and saw how clean and neat it was. Wow, look at the great gas and Canadian and American cigarettes. So I pulled into the large lot and went inside to find breakfast, lunch, and dinner menus that were not the same old thing. What's this? Surf and turf? Stuffed mushrooms and escargot? This is someplace different. The Wolf Clan truck stop, Route 37 in Hogansburg.
And we're back at Massena Central High School gym. We got a foul called. Massena leading with 5:25 left to go in the fourth quarter by the score of 45-34. Massena's in the bonus, which means they go to the line every time Gouverneur fouls. Teresa Bush picks up her fourth personal, I guess. We got 5 up here in our book, but of course we're unofficial. Don Courier with the rebound. Three-pointer. It's off the backboard, rebounded by McIntosh, and she gets fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Sandra McIntosh at the line. She hit both of the two-shot foul, which makes the score Massena 46, Gouverneur 36, 10-point lead. But there's Kelly Francis to answer right back. We got a carry violation on Don Courier to turn the ball back over to Massena. Gouverneur is going to take another timeout, and with that, we'll take a timeout. With 4:55 left to go in the fourth quarter, it's Massena 48, Gouverneur 36.
Big heating news from Econo Fuels showcase room on the South Rack at Massena, New York. The popular Monitor direct vent heating systems are now available at Econo Fuels in either kerosene or gas models. Monitor offers high efficiency, comfort, safety, and a quick payback on your investments. Also for hot water, Monitor uses no storage tank and provides an unlimited supply of hot water at a consistent temperature for pennies a day. Let EconoFuels open your eyes and be kind to your checkbook with the Monitor instantaneous water heater and sensational direct vent heating systems.
Massena inbounds the ball on the Gouverneur turnover. Here's Kim Gollinger, who hits a two-pointer from about 18 feet. Massena builds to a 14-point lead. McIntosh gets hit by Kelly Francis. I believe that's her third personal foul, which sends McIntosh to the free throw line. She's 3 for 3 from the line so far here. She hit the first two on the last trip down the floor. Now she hits smooth at the free throw line. She's 5 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. Sandra McIntosh. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by House. Up to Bush. Bush is going to pull it up because she didn't have the numbers favoring her. Williamson hits a little 15-footer. Cuts the lead to 10, 50-40 for the Raiders. McGrath over to Gollinger. Gouverneur sitting back in the 2-3 zone. Inside to Tripany. Tripany out to Dona. Dona's going to try a shot. That's in and out. McGrath there to get the loose ball. Tripany with it. Finally, she gets fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot one. .341 left to go in the fourth quarter with Danny Tripany trying to convert a three-point play. And she does. We got a substitute for the shooter. That's Erica Ludden coming in to give Danny Tripany a break. Beth Williamson pushes the ball up the floor, penetrates the lane, dumps it to McIntosh. Back to Williamson. Stolen away by Erica Ludden up to Dory McGrath. She stops, she fakes. It's a little 5-footer to put Massena up by 15, 55-40. Teresa Bush. Finds Don Courier, who's been silent in the second. She only had 6 points in the first half, and those are her first 2 points of the second half. Gonna have a jump ball called. So belong to Gouverneur. Williamson with a shot. It's short, but Courier is right there to take the short shot and put it up for two. Here's McGrath going to try a three-pointer. She misses everything. Gouverneur ball. Substitutes coming into the game from Massena, Danny Tripany and Trinity Moreau, as Amy Dona and Erica Ludden will take a seat. Bush driving around, and we're going to have a foul called on Kim Gollinger. Still a common foul. Gouverneur will inbound the ball. McIntosh is off. Dory McGrath will bring the ball up for Massena. The Gollinger. Gouverneur is still in the zone. There's Trinity Moreau. Kelly Francis there to pick it up. Ball controlled by Becky House. The Courier. Courier up the Bush. Massena's in a zone, a box and one, it looks like. Gollinger will pull it out and wait for McGrath. 1:25 to go in the fourth quarter. There's 17 on the shot clock. Teresa Bush all over McGrath was caused a turnover. Here comes Don Courier up the left side. Stops, drives, gets fouled, and it goes. Don Courier will go to the line to make it, to see if she can make it a three-point play. 1:07 left to go in the fourth quarter, 55-46. Massena leading. Trinity Moreau picks up her third personal. Converts into a three-point play. We're going to have a blocking foul called on Beth Williamson, which will send Dory McGrath to the free throw line. As both teams are now in the bonus. Rebound by Francis. Tipped off Gouverneur's hands. It'll be Massena ball. Trish Collins way off the mark. Here's Bush. Tries to hit Becky House. Stolen away by McGrath, but stolen right back by Bush. McIntosh misses an easy little jumper in the lane. Jump ball. Massena inbounds the ball over to Moreau, who gives it to McGrath. We're going to have a blocking call on Beth Williamson. She picks up her, I believe, second personal, rather. I'm sorry. Checking into the game, number 11 for Gouverneur is Taylor Smith. And number 20 for Massena is Sandy Bordeaux in the game for Massena, number 20. We got a jump ball situation. It'll be Gouverneur ball. 55-47 is your score with 21 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Arian Turnbull checks into the game for Gouverneur as Don Courier will take a seat. Shot in and out by Williamson. Traveling violation on Massena and turned the ball back over with 11 seconds left to go. Looks like Massena will improve to 1-1 in the league and will hand Gouverneur, their first loss, and they'll go to 2-1 in the league. And that's your ball game. Final score, Massena 55, Gouverneur 47.
All of us at Kentucky Fried Chicken would like to thank our customers for their patience and consideration during our. We know you will appreciate the improvements. Good things are coming to Kentucky Fried Chicken. We do chicken right, located at 232 Main Street in Massena. For orders, please call 315-769-3993.
At the Mariner test facilities, we run our outboards day and night for weeks at a time, right up to the breaking point.
How's the endurance test going? Seems to be running pretty strong.
At Mariner, we don't just test our outboards, we test the limits. Mariner, tested tough to be better in the long run.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Massena wins over Gouverneur 55-47. Your leading scorer for Massena was Kelly Francis, who had 17 points. She was followed by Danny Tripany with 16. Amy Dona put in 8. Kim Gollinger had 4. Trinity DeMuro had 4. And Dory McGrath with 3. Erica Ludden with 2. And Megan O'Connell added 1 point. For Gouverneur, it was Teresa Bush with 15 points, Don Courier with 13 points, Sandra McIntosh with 7, Becky House with 6, Beth Williamson with 4, Julie Fuller with 2. Massena did what they had to do tonight. They controlled Teresa Bush and Don Courier, and they ended up with a victory. As I said, Massena improves to 1-1, while Gouverneur record in league play is now at 2-1. We'd like to thank you for watching NAC Section 10 Girls Basketball. For Tim Cole and our statistician, Pat Thompson, this is Jeff Reynolds, and good night.